Oh my goodness, this is it. You have to show them, this is it. Yahweh, the name of God, is written on the eastern wall of the Temple Mount. Unbelievable. We are here, it's happening.
Can you see it? Some people claim God's actual name is written on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Is this real, or just another internet conspiracy? Today, we're investigating one of the most mysterious discoveries coming out of the Holy City. What we found might shock you. Jerusalem isn't like other cities. This ancient place has been ground zero for some of the most important events in human history. Kings ruled here. Prophets delivered messages here. Jesus walked these streets. And according to prophecy, this is where future events will unfold. Now something unusual has appeared on one of Jerusalem's holiest sites. We're talking about a mysterious marking on the Temple Mount's eastern wall, right above a gate that's been sealed for hundreds of years. Before we continue, please like this video if you want to spread God's truth. Let's continue. To understand why this matters, we need to talk about the Temple Mount itself. This isn't just any religious site. 3 major world religions consider this ground sacred. For Jewish people, this is where Solomon's temple stood. For Christians, this is where Jesus taught. For Muslims, it's home to the Dome of the Rock. But here's the deeper truth. According to the Bible, this is the one spot on earth where God said he would place his name permanently. In 1 Kings, God tells Solomon, "I have made this temple holy by putting my name here forever. My eyes and my heart will always be in this place." Think about that. Out of everywhere on planet Earth, God specifically chose this location. But how would God put his name somewhere? Could it actually become visible? On the Temple Mount's eastern side, there's a special gate called the Golden Gate, sometimes called the Messiah's Gate. This gate faces directly toward the Mount of Olives, and here's why that's significant. Ancient prophecies say this is the gate the Messiah will pass through when he returns. The prophet Ezekiel described a vision where he saw the glory of the God of Israel coming from the east and entering through the eastern gate. But here's what's interesting. This gate has been sealed shut since the 1500s. A Muslim ruler ordered it closed and even had a cemetery built in front of it, traditionally done to prevent the Jewish Messiah from entering. For centuries, this gate sat there quiet, sealed, untouched. Until recently, when people started noticing something strange on the wall right above it. Visitors and researchers began seeing a pattern in the ancient stones. The weathering of the wall seemed to form Hebrew letters. At first, some thought it was just erosion, the way rocks naturally wear down. Others figured it was coincidence, like seeing shapes in clouds. But many who looked closely became convinced this wasn't random. When experts examined it carefully, they realized the pattern spelled out a name. Not just any name, but the personal name of God revealed to Moses thousands of years ago. The name, Yahweh. This isn't a title like Lord or God. It's the personal name of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In ancient Israel, this name was so holy that people wouldn't even say it out loud. It means, "I am who I am," representing God's eternal existence. God revealed this name to Moses at the burning bush, saying, "This is my name forever. This is what you will call me from generation to generation." And now, after thousands of years, this sacred name appears to be written once again, on the very wall facing the direction where the Messiah is prophesied to return. Here's something incredible about this name. Ancient Jewish scholars noticed that the Hebrew letters spelling Yahweh Yod, He, Vav, He sound like breathing when you say them. Inhale. Exhale. You're literally speaking God's name with every breath, from birth until your last breath. This name appears almost 7,000 times in the Hebrew Bible. It represents God's eternal nature. He was, he is, and he will always be. Could this be a message from heaven? Maybe a wake-up call that time is running out? There's an ancient prophecy in Zechariah that says, "On that day, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives, east of Jerusalem." Think about the geography. The Mount of Olives sits directly east of the Temple Mount. According to prophecy, the Messiah will come from that mountain. And the first gate he'll face? The sealed golden gate on the eastern wall, the same gate where this name now appears. Jesus himself talked about his return coming from the east. In Matthew 24 he said, "When the Son of Man returns, it will be like lightning flashing from the east to the west." Let's connect the dots. The name appears on the eastern wall, facing the Mount of Olives to the east, above the gate that's been sealed for centuries. The same gate prophecy says the Messiah will enter through. Coincidence? Or divine alignment? Remember what Jesus said when religious leaders told him to quiet the crowds praising him in Jerusalem. He said, "If they keep quiet, the stones themselves will cry out." Today, it seems the stones are crying out. Here's something from the last book of the Bible. In Revelation 14, John has a vision of 144,000 people standing with the Messiah, and they have God's name written on their foreheads. Throughout history, God has been marking his people with his name, his identity, his character. The question for each of us, is his name written on your heart? So why would God reveal his name on this wall now? Maybe to wake us up. To remind the faithful who he is. To fulfill that ancient promise, that his name would be in Jerusalem forever. We're living in chaotic times. Confusion everywhere, spiritual darkness in our world. But right in the middle of all that, God has given us a sign, literally written in stone. This isn't just archaeology. It's a wake-up call. God is reminding us who he is, calling people back to him, and preparing the way for the Messiah's return. His name is visible on the eastern wall. The gate is still sealed, but prophecy says it won't stay that way forever. The signs are lining up. Ancient predictions coming together. And the king is getting closer. Here's the question that matters. Will you be ready when he comes through that gate? This isn't just about being curious or fascinated by prophecy. It's about making a decision. Coming back to God, not just to learn about him, but to truly know him. Not just to be amazed, but to worship him. If something inside you stirred while watching this, don't ignore it. That might be God reaching out to you right now. Jesus said the greatest commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. That starts with knowing his name. Before you go, I need you to do something. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're covering more biblical mysteries and prophecies you need to know about. Drop a comment below. What do you think about this appearance of God's name in Jerusalem? Real divine message, or natural formation? I genuinely want to hear your perspective. And if this video meant something to you, share it. Your friends and family need to know what's happening in these times. One share could change someone's eternal destiny. The name of Yahweh, our eternal holy God, now appears on Jerusalem's ancient walls. But the real question is whether his name is written on your heart. The prophecies are converging. The signs are here. The king is coming. This is your moment, not just to wonder, but to respond. Not just to watch, but to prepare. May you know the name of Yahweh not just as ancient history, but as your personal living God. The king is coming. Are you ready? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.